What's one thing you accidentally taught your child that came back to bite you? Hello, Reddit I plus here. You know, there's this saying that's always stuck with me. Be careful what you teach your kids, because one day, they'll prove they were listening. I didn't really understand that until the day my daughter broke a kid's nose. My name's Malcolm Rivera, and I'm 44 years old. I've been a single dad since my little girl was 10. Her name's Sienna, and she's got her mother's eyes, but everything else, that's all me. The stubbornness, the quiet fire. She used to be soft-spoken, the kind of kid who'd apologize when someone else bumped into her. Sweet, funny, artistic. Her room's always been covered in sketches of galaxies, people, dreams. But high school? High school can turn dreams into bruises real fast. It started her freshman year. She came home one day, and her hair was a mess. Her backpack was ripped. She told me it was nothing. I found out later that 3 girls cornered her behind the gym. They shoved her, slapped her, laughed at her, and one of them filmed it. She sat at the kitchen table that night, poking at her food. Eyes red. I asked, "Who did this?" She whispered, "It doesn't matter, Dad. I'll just stay away from them." But staying away didn't stop anything. The next week, they poured milk on her bag in the cafeteria and walked off laughing while everyone watched. And that was it for me. I went to the school. I demanded answers. The vice principal smiled like a robot and said, "We're handling it internally, Mr. Rivera. We can't prove anything yet," I told her. "You've got 3 cameras in that hallway, but sure, can't prove anything." And I walked out. That's the day I decided, if the school wouldn't protect her, I'd make damn sure she could protect herself. That summer, I turned the garage into a gym, hung a punching bag from the ceiling beam, bought gloves, jump ropes, pads. At first, Sienna laughed. "Dad, I'm not a fighter," I said. "You don't need to be a fighter. You just need to stop being someone's target." So we started small. I taught her how to wrap her wrists, how to breathe through her nose, how to move her feet. I told her, "Keep your chin down. Punch through. Not at. Always finish what you start, but never start it yourself." She rolled her eyes at me at first, but then she started getting good, like scary good. One night in July, we were sparring. I threw a lazy jab, she slipped it, and boom, she caught me square in the ribs. I actually had to sit down. She looked terrified. "Dad, I'm sorry." I just laughed. "Kiddo, that's the point." By August, she was hitting that heavy bag like a thunderstorm. Every punch had purpose, and I made her promise one thing before school started again. Walk away if you can. Always. But if you can't, don't freeze. Remember who you are. She nodded. "I promise." Then came that September morning. I was at work when my phone rang. The school's number. "Mr. Rivera," the voice said. "Your daughter's okay, but there's been an incident." I dropped everything and drove like hell. When I got there, I walked through the office door, and I'll never forget what I saw. 2 girls sitting on a bench, clothes torn, noses bleeding. One had an ice pack pressed to her cheek. They looked like they'd gone 12 rounds in a boxing ring. The receptionist pointed me toward the principal's office without a word. And there she was, Sienna, sitting calm, hands folded, not a single mark on her face. The principal sighed and said, "Mr. Rivera, your daughter was attacked by 3 students. 2 are, receiving medical attention." I turned to Sienna. "What happened?" She looked me dead in the eye. "They jumped me, Dad. I just didn't let them finish this time." She got a warning, a lecture, and a threat of suspension, if it happens again. I held back a smile the whole time. That was the day everything changed. Nobody messed with her after that. Not a single person. Word got around, "Don't mess with Rivera's kid." But see, bullies don't always come from one direction. A few months later, around Christmas, my phone rang again. This time, it wasn't the school. It was my ex-wife. Her voice was half panicked, half proud. "Malcolm," she said, "Sienna's been fighting again." I closed my eyes. "Who now?" "2 boys," she said. When I got there, deja vu hit hard. Same bench, same office. Only this time, it was 2 boys sitting there, both bloodied, one missing a tooth, the other trying to stop a nosebleed. Sienna sat across from the principal again, arms crossed, calm as ever. The principal rubbed his temples. "Mr. Rivera, this time, your daughter attacked 2 male students," Sienna interrupted. "They were mocking Lila." That was her best friend, Lila. A sweet girl with a limp from a birth injury. She walked with a bit of a sway, and some kids thought it was funny to imitate her. Apparently, one of the boys pushed Lila's lunch tray off the table. That's when Sienna stood up. I looked at her. "You beat them both?" She shrugged. "They were slow. I swear, it took everything in me not to laugh." She got suspended for 3 days, but when we got to the car, I didn't lecture her. I just sat there, quiet. Finally, I said, "You know I told you to walk away, right?" She looked out the window, then back at me. "I did. but they followed. And that's when it hit me. I hadn't just taught her how to throw a punch. I'd taught her how to stand up for something, how to protect people who couldn't protect themselves. She's 19 now, in college, captain of her university's women's self-defense club. Sometimes she calls me after practice and says, "Dad, I showed a girl how to throw her first jab today," and I just smile and say, "Did she land it?" She always laughs. "You'd be proud, old man." And I am, because yeah, maybe teaching her to fight came back to bite me once or twice, but if it means she walks through the world unafraid, then that's one lesson I'd teach her all over again.